right back at this. Right back, hold up, whoa. High on life, drunk off dark liquor, getting eerie, like I threw on Thriller. I'm a hard hitter, Rolex clocks and killers all in the order. I'm praying God delivers. I had runners with Suge, would've been Suge. At the height of the beef, they started Death Row East. Damn, I even saw they D's on some of my G's. Notorious label, the story was made in the streets. Now it's real life movies. Rest in peace, Will. Let's talk about it. We the smartest, not the loudest. Came about the project houses where they resort to violence. Hennessy bottles on the curb, little trying to serve. Let's talk about it. Back when Jungle told pockets on, soon as we walk about this. Picking sides, outlaws outside the music hall. Bunch of ghetto superstars really down to lose it all. Both sides was thugging, but when you in my city, you know how we coming. Animals in the field and most of them clutching. When you live in this rugged, that cover repercussions. Look. High on life, drunk off dark liquor, getting eerie, like I threw on Thriller. I'm a hard hitter, Rolex clocks and killers all in the order. I'm praying God delivers. I had runners with Suge, would've been Suge. At the height of the beef, they started Death Row East. Damn, I even saw they D's on some of my G's. Notorious label, the story was made in the streets. History lessons, keep it on record. About it. Cause when you got a story real as mine, you can't leave nothing out it. Take you back to 9-6 diamonds and mag 10s, looking through a fresh lens. Everything I knew now, wish I knew back then. Like there was only so much time left before Machiavelli the Don left. Booked the flight flying out west. We was trying to squash the whole in Vegas. No media to eat it up and leak it in the papers. Eric B, Big D, and Preem was affiliated. A piece to E.D., Napoleon, all the innovators. We had respect before we was ever some entertainers. See, Suge, he was a dangerous threat. M.O.B. almost turned half of New York red. Brothers I grew up with threw up their sets. Some even had them Death Row chains hang off their necks. There's a rumor that spread I like to address. Papa's never been in my stretch. Let it rest. Sent to him at Bryant Park so we could speak direct. He didn't disrespect. We plan to reconnect. I flew to Vegas to shoot the Street Dreams video and link with Tupac. Try to squash the East Coast, West Coast beef. We didn't talk, but he was still alive in the hospital. And it rained that day in Vegas. Rest in power.
This is Nas, and we both got one thing in common. We both represent Queens to the fullest. Alright?
Today Tupac died.
This brother was good enough to stop his show, and I want everybody in here, everybody stand up on their feet first and foremost, please. At 7:03 p.m. New York time, 4:03 p.m. Las Vegas time, Tupac Shakur passed away, y'all. Give me a moment of silence.
No, I'm not, but I am about to. So he said it was 7-something New York time, which would be
7:03.
7:03. So it would have been the same time here, which would have. It was on a Friday night, and it was. Oh my God, I don't remember what year I was in high school, but it wasn't a time where social media, like it is now, where you could just get online and see that Pop died or whatever. And it was probably an announcement like this that just spread like wildfires. And it got down south, down here, right before it was time for us to go on the field. Like, literally, it was like the stands was buzzing and and it got to me. And oh my God, did it got to me. Like, I was really, really, really grief-stricken. I was sad. I was emotional. I was everything, but I knew I had a job to do. And it was so difficult for me that even today, when I see my band director, that's the first thing he says to me. You remember how you acted and you upset my whole band the night you found out Tupac died? Like, baby, I was distraught. And so he said, you know, I still tell my classes about you doing that to this day. And I'm like, oh my God. And so he's never met them, unfortunately. And he said, I can't wait to take your kids out the East. I can tell you about it. Baby, I was distraught. But what you will know is that I was distraught. I was upset, but I pulled it together and I did my thug thizzle out on that field. And then when I came back, I fell apart again. But I said all this to say that Tupac's death affected so many of us, and the story that Nas told in that song Death Row East KD 2, I think it's on. He'll tell you a lot of stuff, but he won't tell you no lie. All his stories be 100, and even Snoop backs up, a story, and so you gotta have respect for him, because he's saying we was squashing it and everything. I was coming out there, we was doing it without the media. We didn't need all that hype. We was just, we respected each other before we got the money and stuff. Now we got the money and the famous, and y'all ain't finna, And it was unfortunate that they never got a chance to do that. But one thing I do know, that throughout the whole time that Tupac has been gone, there's been nothing but respect shown, and that's big. And even to hear Nas say stuff about people, they don't want to put in the work, they just want to come out being like Pac and Biggie. He don't even put himself in the category of where, the bar is being set, like, you the bar. Like, when we strive to be big, we strive to be the Nas of the GOAT of it. We ain't just trying to, I love Pac, of course, but I'm saying, like, every day I open Instagram and it's something new that you have added to your portfolio, and that's dope as fuck. And so, watching that and your career evolve, that's amazing. And it's funny because that's a story of time for another day, but it makes me say, well, if Nas can do this and Nas can, then I should be able to do this, and then my equal gotta meet me where I'm at, because he gotta be equal. So the bar is set high. It is. He said in one of them songs, a lot of women hold him to something, a higher standard. So I feel like we have to hold all men to that high standard. Don't just let them give you, because okay, so I don't know where all that came from, but it came from that song. It put me in my feelings, especially today. I had to go to a memorial service, and then it all ties in because I did prom on Saturday, and my hairstylist that did my hair for my junior prom passed away, and I had to go try to pretend like that didn't hurt. And then, I had a meeting this morning first, like a work meeting. And then I had the memorial service. And then I was supposed to run some errands, but I couldn't do it. I came home and I fixed me something to eat. And then I had to have a nap. And then I still had to get up and cook. And then now I have to pick up. And so, the night never ends until it ends. And I'm like, okay, I get a few minutes, and then you wake up and you do it all over again. But it's not really, it's not a complaint at all. It's a testimony, if you will.